Well, do you want to study for free online? Massive open online courses are growing in popularity around the world. Here in South Africa, UCT has been acknowledged for its online courses. 3 have been named on a list of the top 50 free courses globally. Now, UCT Course Development Manager Janet Small joins us from our Cape Town studio to explain how this works. Janet, a very good morning to you and thanks for your time. Now, explain to us what the massive open online courses actually are. How does this concept work?
Yeah, it's a wonderful new, well, not so new now, but an opportunity in education. And they stand for, as you said, massive, which basically means that there's any number of people can join up. So your class may be hundreds or thousands or sometimes tens of thousands of people. They're open, so there are no entry requirements. Anybody can sign up for a course of their interest. As I say, they're online, so they're entirely online. And in fact, you have classmates from around the world. But there are courses, they're not like a collection of TED Talks or videos online. They're actually a learning pathway with activities and in interaction with other students.
So what are some of these courses? What are some of the things you're going to be able to learn online?
Gosh, you know, there are really there's 10,000 or so courses online. So you name a topic and you'll be able to find something. So our own portfolio of courses includes topics as diverse as psychology. So one of the courses that's named in these top is What is the Mind, which is about neuropsychology and what makes people tick. What is the brain and the mind about? There are courses on statistics, understanding statistical tests that you use in research. There are things about education. We've got a great course on inclusive education for teachers working with kids with disabilities. One of the other winning courses is on extinctions. So the 5 great extinctions in the history of deep time that have shaped biodiversity today. We also have a brilliant course from, for instance, from the Graduate School of Business on social innovation and how to bring about change in society. But not only our courses, there's also, you know, there are 800 odd universities from around the world, including WITS from South Africa and Stellenbosch, who offer courses like this. So I really think there are amazing opportunities out there.
So how many of these courses can you study at any given time? Is there a limit to how many you can do possibly in a year?
It depends how energetic you are, I think. No, there's no limit. It's up to you. It's a self-directed learning experience. So you decide. That's one of the amazing things about them. You decide when you want to learn and how fast you want to go. So you can, browse through the courses available, see what takes your fancy. And the great thing about these sorts of courses is you can go and have a look. And if you don't like it, you can say, well, that's not for me, and find something else. So, you know, that gives you a lot of scope to explore new topics, new interests that you might have. Try and find things you'd like to develop in your career or your future. So I think that's one of the most incredible things about this form of education. It's in your hands. It's how you want to do it. So really, you know, it's worth looking around at what's available.
So Janet, if I understand you correctly, this is purely just for self-enrichment, for sort of learning. It's not like you'll come out with something at the end of this, like if you do so many courses, you'll come out with a diploma or a degree in something. There couldn't be somebody who said, okay, I've done this course, I'm now a psychologist.
No, exactly. They're not the same as formal degrees at all. They don't carry credits. Although these days there are some universities exploring the sort of overlap between credit bearing and these, but generally speaking, MOOCs or these open online courses are not for credit. So you can, if you'd like to get proof of having taken part in a course and learned something, you can choose to pay for a certificate. But it's not the same as, you know, doing a full degree. But it's certainly something we've seen people using for their career development, because it certainly shows you taking initiative. You could learn something like coding, and you could get a certificate saying, I've learned R or Python coding. And I'm sure that's something you could put on a CV, which an employer would be interested in. So we are seeing people using them for career development, but it's certainly not the same league as doing a degree. It's something else. It's offering you shorter opportunities to add on or find new skills, develop your interests, so both for leisure and interest and for career development and personal development.
So what's the interest been like, especially here? I mean, internet access is not available to everybody at the moment. It is quite limited also. Are South Africans or students or even those older taking part? Are they taking advantage of this?
Yes, we're very pleased to say that they are. You're right, there are quite a lot of barriers in our context around the cost of data particularly, and whether you've got the right sort of device. Obviously you need to have an internet-enabled device, and you need to have a good internet connection, and the cost of data is a big barrier. But despite those limits, we do have a lot of have a lot of people taking our courses, and I think more than the other international universities. So we're really thrilled because our enrollments, local enrollments, are quite high, and we're really pleased about that, because it's one of our purposes is to engage with local audiences. I think one of the reasons we wanted to put these courses out into the world, the wide world, is that a lot of them are offered by universities from America and the UK and so on, and we thought it's important that also universities from South Africa and Africa are part of this global movement. So that's been one of the exciting things for us. We've got a lot of local interest. We also have learners taking courses from really across the world, which is great.
Wonderful. Thanks very much for your time and explaining, Janet Small from UCT. Partner, if you